Hello, beautiful humans of the interwebs! Welcome to eSpot Live! I am Ellie. This is Rodney. Rodney is my emotional support duck, and he keeps me going on Thursdays. And every day, really. Welcome. I see people in the chat already. I've got Silly, I've got G-Man, I've got Panda. It's a good day! I'm super excited for today. I also always start these with disclaimers. And my disclaimer for today involves a question. I got a notification early on when I started the stream that frames were dropping, and I did a little tweak that should have addressed that, but I need to know what it looks like on y'all's end. So please do let me know if it's not working like it's supposed to be working. There we go. In the chat, just to address it, I guess Silly missed Monday. Sadness. Monday was a very special stream, which you can still catch on YouTube and Twitch for a limited time, as G-Man mentioned. Feedback on my interwebs situation. G-Man and Panda are both letting me know that the video's dropping. His end as well, so... let me see if there are any more adjustments I can do on my end. I'm enjoying this music. By the way, shameless plug, A Zombie in a Jar. Check it out on Spotify. So I thought I knew what was going on. Apparently I didn't. Because what I thought was causing the issue has been fixed. As long as you guys can hear me, that's always the biggest concern on my end. But do keep me updated on both audio and visuals. And so I guess that's my biggest disclaimer of the day. Something's a little bit wonky. I still, yes, if Chromosome is hiding somewhere watching, I still do love the word wonky. That has not changed. So yeah. Silly says this video glitching is new and exciting. Audio's good though. Okay. I apologize for the video. I did make a tweak on my end, but it doesn't seem to have addressed the actual underlying issue. So I apologize. And that's my disclaimer. Is video's a little choppy today, apparently. Again, as long as you guys can hear me, that's the most important part for me. My second disclaimer is it's very, very hot where I currently am, and so I do have a fan running. I usually try to negate all background noises. So if there's, like, I don't know. If you hear the fan, I'm sorry. That's my disclaimer. That's all I really got, though. 4 disclaimers. So that's pretty exciting. Happy Thursday. Thank you all who were able to come to Monday. I recommend checking it out if you happen to miss it, because it was a very special episode. I'm talking about it like it hasn't happened yet, and like I still have to keep it quiet. We streamed a sneak peek of a game that we've been working very hard on. And again, I said this on Monday and I'm saying it now. I'm saying we, like I worked on it personally. I'm not a developer yet, but, our developers have been working really hard. Game called Last Shot. We teased it with gameplay with some of the developers and myself on Monday, and it was a lot of fun. So that was Monday's exciting episode. And speaking of Last Shot, one of the things that we're super excited about in this episode is that Last Shot is now live on Steam. So I'm going to go ahead and send you guys a link in the chat. Go check out Last Shot. Put it in your wish list, because it's super exciting. If you don't know if it's exciting, then watch Monday's stream and you'll see why it's exciting. Yay! Shameless plug! Guys, I feel like I'm not expressing the proper excitement for this. There's so much there. Links in the chat, on Twitch. More information coming. we are working very, very hard to improve our games, make trailers for them. We're super excited. Panda fixed my link. Because I guess I put it into Word and then it just didn't link correctly. So, thank you. The correct link is now in the Twitch channel chat because Panda is amazing. So thank you for that. Yay! That's my super exciting intro. Woohoo! If you happen to be new to eSpot Live, this is a show where I address some entertainment news topics and babble. So yeah, super stoked about that. I enjoy babbling. Hopefully you guys enjoy me babbling. I also love it when I get commentary. Yay. So first up to chat about, in just general news topics, is another convention. I've been, as we get news about different conventions and how they're happening, online, offline, etc., I've been sharing that information with you guys. So E3 released an announcement. Super exciting stuff. E3 2021. It's happening. It's going to be taking place from Saturday, June 12th to Tuesday, June 15th. And this has been announced as an all-digital event for the very first time. According to IGN, the ESA has confirmed that games from a number of prominent developers and publishers will be part of E3 2021, in addition to the previously announced partners. Square Enix, Sega, Bandai Namco, and Gearbox Entertainment are all confirmed to have games to show at E3's all-virtual event. They're joined by Xseed Games / Marvelous USA Inc., Freedom Games, DVSI Entertainment, Turtle Beach, Verizon, and Binge.com. Wait, what? I don't know if you guys heard that. So let me just repeat that. They're joined by Xseed Games / Marvelous USA Inc., Freedom Games, DVSI Entertainment, Turtle Beach, Verizon, and Binge.com. That's right! We're going to E3! I've been holding on to this for so long, guys! Sorry, I'm gonna tone it down because my mic is peaking. I apologize for that. Oh snap is right, Panda. DVSI Entertainment has officially been announced for our involvement in E3 this year. Guys! I don't know if I have words for how excited I am about this. So yeah, oh gosh, I've been like, my heart's going so fast. I've been trying to play it cool this whole time with my intro and everything. I don't think it worked, but I tried. We mentioned at the end of Monday night streams that we would have a very special announcement on tonight's episode. Part of it, yes, 100%. We're super stoked about Last Shot, but also, yeah, I finally get to talk about this. We're going to E3. We're part of E3. We're presenting at E3. I'm so excited. Okay. So here we go. DVSI Entertainment has officially, formally, publicly been invited to be a part of this year's E3. This comes directly from this morning's official press release. Again, I've been sitting on this. And I'm so excited to be able to just gush about it. We're working on multiple games. We're really excited about it. Again, Last Shot, which we showed on Monday, and Awoken is available on Steam as well in its early access version. We've got, that game has been updated and there's more updates coming, so it's a work in progress. We're constantly doing our best to make it better for you guys. And there's more that I still can't talk about yet until E3. So make sure that you are just checking out E3 when it happens, because we're gonna be there. Oh my gosh, we're so excited. Okay, I'm breathing now. It's fine. Everything's fine. Oh, and as Panda's saying, Awoken is currently on sale for 30% off. So, for those of you who haven't purchased it yet, checked it out. Awoken Early Access version is available on Steam, 30% off. If you get the Early Access version, you're gonna get the full version as well when it is released. It's psychological horror, really fun, intriguing gameplay, a little bit different than things you're probably used to, as it's more about survival than fighting back, if you will. Also, I'm a part of it, so, you know, shameless plug there. I'm really, really proud of this game. It's super exciting. while I am shamelessly plugging the things that we're working on, again, more exciting stuff coming that I can't quite talk about yet, but just know we're working on things. Here is a link that should work correctly. Again, shameless plug. If you do want to help us directly, we do have donations open. Link is in the chat on Twitch. Words are important. Every dollar we get to this goes directly to company necessities. So this is going to include program improvements, new tech, food and caffeine for our developers who never sleep. We love, appreciate, and stan our developers, so support them in the, there we go, that direction. Through the link in the chat. There we go. So yeah, we're just so excited. I'm so excited. Clearly, I can't even English. Not that that's unusual for me. But, you know, here we are. Also, you know, you didn't hear this from me, but we may or may not be working on a Kickstarter for Last Shot. Just gonna very subtly and not awkwardly at all leave that there for you guys to think about. And moving right along. I don't know how I'm gonna transition to like just regular news. I'm amped right now. I kind of wanted to wait until the end for the big announcement, but there's no way I was gonna last through the entirety of an eSpot Live just sitting on that when it's now public info. So, beginning it is. But now there's this awkward transition where I start talking about other entertainment news topics. I was gonna say actual, but that's actual entertainment news! Hey-o! Okay, we're good. Next up in topics to chat about for today, Tessa Violet has recreated Twilight's baseball scene in a new music video. That is kind of fantastic. So, Tessa Violet has recruited Twilight star Peter Facinelli to feature in her new music video, which recreates one of the most iconic scenes from the movie. So the last Twilight film was released almost 10 years ago. Can I just say that when I kind of was reviewing this topic and I saw that, I might have almost cried a little bit because rest in peace, my youth. What? Anyways, you know, Twilight. It's the teen vampire themed franchise. It's actually stayed pretty popular to this day. Even if it's infamously so in some ways. The movie's actually partly lived on or been brought to a new audience. Again, this pains me to say. How old am I? Anyways, thanks to TikTok, because users there's a trend of users recreating and parodying scenes from that particular franchise. Little background on Twilight, if you aren't familiar with it. Series starring Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson, first hit theaters in 2008, and it was determined to leave an impact on the audience, regardless of what that impact may be. The story followed Bella Swan and Edward Cullen and their relationship between human and vampire for 5 films. It ended with the Twilight Saga Breaking Dawn Part 2 in 2012. It ended in 2012. I'm freaking out by how much time has just passed. Anyways, okay. Focusing. The series offered romance, mystery, a large helping of cheese, and were actually very well received by fans of the books. But they also had their share of getting picked on for the kind of overly cringy moments that also occurred. One of the more infamous scenes from the first movie was the baseball scene, which showed vampire and werewolf clans squaring off in a game of baseball. So in the music video for her song Games, with Lovely the Band, Violet recreates the baseball scene featuring Edward and his vampire pals. The video is impressively similar to the original scene, as Violet states that they, quote, intentionally tried to mimic all the shots shot by shot, end quote. And this was according to an interview with Cinema Blend. Facinelli's appearance can be seen towards the end of the video, although it's clear that he's portraying himself and not his character, Carlisle Cullen, as Violet addresses him straight up as Peter. Violet had this to say about the video: We intentionally tried to mimic all those shots, shot for shot. The directors, and they had previously recreated the scene for their kitchen one night just for kicks and put it on Twitter, and it kind of went viral. So they came into it with some expertise on how to mimic this, again, shot for shot. And then, of course, the music video was more because that scene is shorter than the song. It was super fun. That's the end of that quote. During his cameo, they hilariously acknowledged the fact that Fatinelli was quite obviously CGI'd into the video. By like a repetitive back and forth where Violet's saying, I can't believe you're really here in this location with me. And he's replying, I know, I really am here in this location with you. Violet shared that she reached out to his team, and other than initially suspecting that the video might be making a mockery of the series, he was all in. So she went out to explain, we reached out to his team and they asked, hey, would you want to do this? And at first he was like, you're not making fun of Twilight, right? And we're like, no, we stand Twilight. So clearly, the resurgence of the franchise on social media has been significant. Frankly, it came down to Violet's awareness of Twilight TikToks that made her want to pursue the Twilight theme for the video. And she continues on with this theme with new merchandise saying Team Tessa. If you don't quite get that reference, it's commemorating the Team Jacob versus Team Edward debate of the late 2000s. Again, gosh, this hurts my soul. So there it is. There's been other examples of people paying homage to classic 2000 movies in recent music videos. Ariana Grande released her music video for Thank You Next in 2018, and that featured concepts from 4 of her favorite movies, which included Bring It On, 13 Going on 30, Legally Blonde, and Mean Girls. So it's like a throwback to the classics. And there we go. G-Man said, okay, but where's the Paramore smash hit in the soundtrack? I still, adore that song, for the record. Silly saying hashtag Team Tessa. And then also, Silly had mentioned before, the baseball scene in the first Twilight movie is honestly still really good. I have talked a little bit before about how I tend to view books and movies as completely separate entities. I had an interesting relationship with the Twilight movies when they came out, because I didn't necessarily choose to watch any of them, but I ended up watching all of them for completely different reasons. One was for a birthday party, one was for a friend who was bored, one was with a cousin, and I just kept watching the movies, and I was like, okay. But I enjoyed them. And then I avoided watching the final film, just kind of in defiance for a very long time until, well, now it's 2 years ago, when a friend of mine who's a huge fan of the series insisted that I finish the series, so I did. And it gets a lot of flack, but I do quite enjoy it. It's nostalgic in a really bizarre way. So yeah, there we are. That's all I got on that topic. Go check out the music video. It's kind of fantastic, especially if you really enjoyed that scene. Yeah. Next up, G4 has added a VTuber as a host. So G4 has officially announced that Code Miko, an entirely virtual presenter, or VTuber, I did have to Google that. But hey, here we are. That will be part of its presenting team when the Gaming Network returns later this year. So Kevin Sabi, G4's head of content, said in a press release, quote, in just a few short months, Code Miko has carved out a wildly successful niche on Twitch. She'll bring her revolutionary interview experience to G4 and help the network push the boundaries of gaming entertainment, end quote. G-Man's in the chat saying it happened. There was a whole Twitter debacle behind this that was glorious to watch unfold, and there's no way I could possibly do it justice. But it was announced in a press release, so there we go. J-Man did indeed link me to the Twitter fight as it began to unfold. I know you'd get a kick out of this particular announcement. Or, I don't know if this counts as an announcement. It's already been announced, but topic to chat about. There we go. If you haven't encountered this particular Twitch streamer before, she's a streamer created entirely through live animation. So it's actually really, really cool. Her creator is known only as the Technician. And it's someone who wears a motion capture suit, the data from which is rendered using Unreal Engine and translated into movement, and then you get your virtual presenter. This is mapped in real time to the digital avatar on screen. You can find her on Just Chatting section of Twitch, and she typically interviews a variety of people, including some relatively prolific people in the gaming and content creator communities, such as Donkey and Jacksepticeye. Her interview style might be one of the most kind of unusual things about the way that she presents. It's a very unique approach, and it's amassed her 676,000 followers in just a few short months. So on G4, she will be interviewing people from the games industry in her own personal style, as well as presenting comedy skits and live streams. So her quote on the topic is, "On G4, I'll be interviewing some of the most notable names in gaming and entertainment. I'll also be interviewing people like Kevin Pereira and Adam Sessler." End quote. So yeah, the return of G4 was teased last summer and has since been announced to be coming back in a major way. X-Play and Attack of the Show, the network's best-known shows, will be resurrected, and their original hosts, Adam Sessler and Kevin Pereira, will return. So that's super fun stuff. Especially if you caught that Twitter debacle unfolding. If you didn't, it's worth going back and catching up on, because it is fantastic. J-Man's in the chat saying, "It's very reminiscent of Space Ghost Coast to Coast." I was going to comment on that like I knew what you were talking about, but I'm going to be fully honest and say that I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry. Reference went over my head. But shout out to it anyways. Heyo. And J-Man's now saying, "Whoa, what?" Now I'm feeling very insecure about the fact that I don't understand that reference. So for those of you who might be new, I am relatively new to the gaming industry and, frankly, pop culture. Oh, G-Man's now saying, "I didn't know Attack of the Show was coming back." Yes, that's what you're whatting. Yes, it is. Now I'm realizing that I'm probably quite a bit behind with the chat. That's fine. Everything's fine. All right, next up to chat about some more convention news. I had talked a little bit ago about Gamescom 2021 when it had been announced that it was going to be a hybrid of digital and in-person. That has changed. So officials announced in a press release that Gamescom 2021 will now be a fully digital event this year. So this move is a direct reversal of earlier plans for this semi-live event that they were kind of plotting. But, frankly, it might have been a little inadvisable given, the global pandemic. That is still a thing. Anyways. This particular convention, the fan is affecting my hair more. This convention is held annually in Germany. It's one of the most prominent, or one of the more prominent trade shows in the video game industry. Not quite E3 tier in terms of, omnipresent publicity. But it's still a hotbed for trailers, updates, announcements. It's a big deal. Last year, as countries around the globe were struggling to contain the COVID-19 pandemic, Gamescom pivoted to an entirely digital production, much like many other events. And then this March, Gamescom organizers said they intended to hold a hybrid event featuring both digital presentations and in real life. A decision Kotaku deemed, quote, end quote, at the time. So today it's clear that they're following the lead of many, many other major industry events by confirming and switching to all digital. They're quoted as saying, "Even though the hybrid concept was very well received by partners, we had to recognize that Gamescom still comes too early for many companies in the industry due to the required planning reliability." And so, yeah, that's most of it there. They're going for a purely digital event. Super excited about that. They're really excited and holding on to some world exclusives that will be occurring at that event and pre-show trailers. So yeah. Jeff Keighley will still be hosting the marquee event, Opening Night Live, just as he did last year. Gamescom officially kicks off August 25th, and it's going to run through August 27th. So there we go. Catching up on the chat real quick, Silly Fun misheard Gamescom as Genghis Khan and was really confused. That tells me that I need to enunciate. Hey-oh. And then also says, it's okay, we're all friends here. Love puns! And then G-Man's explaining what Space Ghost was. Cool. Space Ghost was a Hanna-Barbera superhero cartoon. Space Ghost Coast to Coast was characters from the show running a late-night talk show like Conan or something, interviewing guests like Weird Al. That is amazing! Okay, I see it now. And this is the perfect time, I think, for our regularly scheduled Hydrate or Dihydrate break. This is where I lecture you guys to drink water. So drink water. Your kidneys do a lot for you, so take care of your kidneys by drinking water. I'm a stickler for this. And I'm gonna go chug some water. I'll be right back. And I'm back. I'm hydrated. See, it doesn't take long to drink water. Okay, that's the end of my soapbox, I promise. Next up, to chat about in news topics for the day. First off, shout out to Silly Fun, that was hilarious. Dehydration Station. Wait, no. Appreciated. I've got a little bit of an update on Discord that I didn't see coming. So I talked before about how Discord was reportedly in talks to be acquired by Microsoft in a $10 billion deal earlier this year, but then those talks appeared to have ended, and Discord decided to stay as an independent company instead. In addition to that information, just broke that PlayStation is now partnering with Discord. Not purchasing, but partnering with. So Discord is remaining an independent company. They're doing real well for themselves, let's be honest. But partnering with PlayStation. And the promise is, quote, to bring Discord and PlayStation experiences closer together on console and mobile starting early next year, end quote. Details on what that will actually fully entail are very slim right now. Sony's announcement just says that the two companies are hard at work connecting Discord with your social and gaming. So whether that's going to mean a full-fledged Discord app coming to PlayStation consoles, or maybe a more limited integration, like connecting PSN and Discord accounts to a more easily chat with friends off the platform type deal, that has yet to be announced. We're not quite sure what it's going to look like. What we do know is that as part of the new partnership, Sony is also investing an unspecified amount of money into Discord as part of its Series H investment round as a minority investor. I don't know, whenever I see unspecified amounts of money, there's a lot of money being floated around in this industry, and it blows my mind. Anyways. But it's a minority investor, so... Discord is one of the biggest online communities currently, especially for gaming enthusiasts. It has over 140 million active users, and that was as of December of 2020. So they're doing all right for themselves. They're partnering with Sony. As Panda's saying, it's just kind of funny how this happens just a short time after Discord stopped talks with Microsoft, right? It's interesting for sure. There's so much drama in the gaming industry. It's amazing. I genuinely appreciate it. It's fantastic. So yeah, Sony partnership. I don't know what that word was trying to be when it came out of my mouth, but Sony is partnering with Discord, and it's exciting. More information is expected to kind of be sprinkling out in the coming months. So obviously, as we find more info, we will share it with you guys and talk about it here. Yeah, just to kind of see exactly how Sony is going to work to integrate Discord into its PlayStation products. Because I'm curious, so... yeah. That's all I really got on this particular topic. Curious if y'all have thoughts on it. In the meantime, and this is actually a topic that I really, really would love to know what you guys think about. Because I have a fairly solid opinion, but it's as someone who this wouldn't necessarily impact. So I'm very curious. And with that being said, let me actually tell you what I'm talking about. Riot is going to be recording Valorant voice chat to combat toxicity in the community. Riot announced those plans in updates to its privacy policy that will allow the company to record and evaluate reported player voice communications in the team-based shooter Valorant. They wrote on their website an official quote, "In order for us to take action against players who use voice comms to harass others, use hate speech, or otherwise disrupt your experience, we need to know what those players are saying, which is why moving forward, we'll need the ability to analyze voice data." End quote. Riot explained the way that their new policy works and stressed that the company will not actively be listening to players, but will only record data if a report is filed. Quote goes on to say, "When a player submits a report for disruptive or offensive behavior in voice comms, the relevant audio data will be stored in your account's registered region and evaluated to see if our behavior agreement was violated." End quote. Whether or not a violation is found, Riot claims that the audio will subsequently be deleted. Interesting stuff. Catching up with the chat real quick. G-Man saying, "I think consoles and PCs are so similar now, Discord is going to bridge the gap." That is in reference to that Discord Sony connection. I get it. I'm now personally just very curious as to how delayed the chat is. I always point the wrong direction for the chat. The chat is that way. Anyways. But yeah. So, on the Riot topic, in an interview with TechCrunch, Wes Hart, who's head of Players Dynamics, and Chris Himes, Data Protection Officer and CISO, said that Riot is still working on what tools to use to evaluate these audio recordings, and that the process will likely be automated. Now that brings up kind of more thoughts, because automating moderation is super tricky, especially when you're talking about, like, audio recordings. We don't have the greatest technology with